Hi folks, welcome back. Yeah, we're having a new video today. Okay, let's see. I forgot to turn this microphone on. Let's turn it on and let's get going. Yeah, just make sure that I have it attached so that I don't end up losing it on the road. Okay, seems like it's secure enough. Let's hold on for a moment. I just want to make sure that my mic stays with me when I'm on the road. Yeah, I should have done this. Should have turned this on before. Now I'm having all sorts of trouble. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Alright, this should be good enough. Okay, so yeah, this is a new video for today. Today is the 21st of April. It is now 8 degrees centigrade, and for folks in the US where you use Fahrenheit, this is roughly about 45 or 46 degrees. And I'll give you the general area where I am. This is Newcastle upon Tyne. I can be more specific, but I want to be general. I prefer being general. Yeah. Just for the sake of privacy to a certain extent. So today I wanted to have a discussion about rights. In my last video I spoke about rights, and I spoke about the right to life, and I could go in more detail about it, but I think I'm going to look into a different right today. So let's think about this. Like, there's all types of rights, right? The field is wide open when it comes to discussing the subject of rights. Let's talk about one that's related to accusations, right? Like, there are many times someone can go to court and make an accusation against you, and like sometimes the court can take an immediate action against you without even hearing what you have to say. Like, the court might consider, hey, this is serious, we might need to protect this person making the accusation, and they may say, hey, let's give that person an order of protection, let's give that person a restraining order, let's set that up just to make sure that this person is safe and stuff, because court will look at what the person has said and said, hey, this can be serious, and let's protect this person. What this means is that immediately someone says something about you, someone makes an accusation, like if somebody that person goes and they makes an accusation against you, you immediately have restrictions placed upon you. And I think those restrictions usually take effect the moment that, like, somebody from the court, probably a law enforcement officer or somebody, like, they come and they serve you with that document. Yeah, there's restrictions take effect at that point in time, even before you get an opportunity to say anything about it. I mean, you get served, you read it, it takes effect, and that's how it is. And usually when those legal instruments are used against you, well, I shouldn't say usually, I mean, that's normally, I guess it's the same thing. But you have an opportunity to respond. They will tell you, if you want to respond, you have a certain number of days or something to come to the court and request a hearing or something to that extent. And this is where we are today. This is what our topic is about. Yeah, and it might be called different names in different locations. In the US, I'm not sure what amendment this is, but it's basically called the right to due process. And what it means is that if you're accused, you have the right to hear what is you're being accused of, and you have the right to respond, and in other words, defend yourself against the accusation being made. Rather than just having the court impose restrictions on you willy-nilly without even having an opportunity to defend yourself against them, because everybody knows that people lies. I mean, everybody knows that people lie. It's not like rocket science to figure out that people lie against other people to get some kind of advantage, or I don't know, whatever they get from it. So people ought to be afforded the opportunity to defend themselves when someone makes accusations against them. I mean, it's as simple as that. And I mean, that right is so important, right? Because let us talk about stuff like restraining orders and orders of protection and stuff like these are these are instruments that are actually considered part of criminal law to a certain extent. People might say they are civil, but I mean, if you don't follow those restrictions, you can literally be arrested and additional charges be placed against you for not following those orders. And yes, you can even go to jail for it. So I mean, this is pretty serious. So I mean, people should be afforded the opportunity to respond when someone makes an accusation that causes the court to issue those types of injunctions against you or whatever. Now, I mean, it's so serious because those types of accusations, they can affect you in so many ways. Like, they can, I mean, having those types of injunctions, those types of orders on your record, they can affect you at work. Like, your job may not be able to fire you for it, but they may make your life uncomfortable enough that you would have to quit. And when applying for jobs, if they see this kind of thing on your record, they may decide, oh well, we don't want to deal with that kind of person. We don't want that kind of to have that kind of person in our environment, so we're not going to hire them. So it can have an impact on your ability to work and to find a job. And obviously, I don't think I need to tell you, I think I need to say a lot about what the impact of this is if you're not able to work. If you're not able to work, you won't have any money, and you will have a hard time making ends meet. You can lose your house. You won't be able to rent anywhere. I mean, you probably won't be able to feed your children. You may end up on the street, and even worse. So, I mean, people need to be afforded the opportunity to respond to things like that. And not that I'm saying that I'm not saying that you don't have people who go out and abuse other people, and that these instruments aren't justified sometimes. I mean, sometimes they are justified. Sometimes the person reporting it, making the report, is telling the truth. And yes, there are times when they may not necessarily be telling the truth about it. So, I mean, you can't just make the assumption. You can't just make the assumption that this person is telling the truth about this, because we know that people lie. We know that people... I mean, there are laws against things like this, like going out and making false statements and making false accusations against people and to mar their character and stuff. There are laws against this. So it's Not like people are completely unaware that these things happen. They are. People are aware that these things happen, and I mean, it's important to pay attention to it. Okay, look at this church right across there. That's something that I noticed the last time I was walking. But across the street over there, there's actually a cemetery with quite a few gravestones. It looks like there might be a path through it that we can walk through. Yeah, I have not gone through it before, but I might attempt to do that today. It's something that I've thought about, and yeah, I think I'll do it today. But yes, something that's able to affect people's lives so badly, you can't just say that I will apply this and I will not give the person any opportunity to respond. That goes against basic human rights. Commonwealth War Graves. Yeah, those gravestones are so large. I don't know if the people are buried right under them. They may. It looks like some of them are falling. Interesting. This is from 1920. Is it 19? Yeah, it's 1921. And there's some from the 1800s too. It's amazing. But yes, I was saying, people really should be afforded the opportunity to defend themselves, because your life can be pretty much destroyed. Your entire life can pretty much be destroyed by a person making false accusations and stuff, and if you have no opportunity to defend yourself against it, it's almost, it's not almost, it is the court abusing its power. And yeah, the court is abusing its power, and the court is actually making itself a party to the abuse that you're facing, because with no opportunity to defend yourself, the court is basically making the person making things worse for you. Like, the person makes the false accusation. 2, the court applies it, and 3, the court does not give you an opportunity to respond to it, and the court keeps it in place. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, if this is the way a court behaves, then I mean, what's the point? What's the point of having a court in the first place? I mean, if you make up your mind without hearing what the other party has to say, and you decide to implement and apply and place restrictions on a person without even hearing what they have to say, it ought to be illegal. And I mean, sanctions need to be placed on the court itself. That's what I think. It's kind of my opinion. I mean, these kinds of things do happen, and I believe they need to be stopped and stuff. And I'm not trying to say that people need to be engaged in violence. What I'm saying is that these things need to be stopped, and you do what's appropriate. You act in an appropriate way. You do what's necessary, and you make sure that what you do is effective in stopping them from infringing on your rights. That's my opinion there. I don't know about the rest of you. If you have something to say, if you have an opinion, please share. I I haven't been seeing many people sharing or I mean, I haven't been seeing many people responding lately to my videos. Most people are just quiet. I don't know, I guess maybe you're just enjoying the view, and I mean, if that's the way you want to do it, that's okay. But if you feel the need, don't hesitate to share your opinion, because I welcome it, and I'm sure many other people would welcome it as well. So don't be shy. Say something if you are minded to do so. Yeah, and I think I may have other videos on the topic of appropriate, necessary, and effective actions. Yeah, because there are many things that happen in society that really need stopping. Really needs to be stopped, because they're illegal, they're unjustifiable, and they wreak destruction on people's lives. They bring pain and misery to people for no reason whatsoever except the greed of other people. So, yes, this was my topic for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you I hope you don't mind the fact that I went to a cemetery. I mean, I wanted to try something a little bit different today. So if there's anything you want to add or anything that you want to see, feel free. I mean, that's like the right to due process is something that can be so complicated and so complex when, because I mean, there are times when, like, say like some legal instrument is applied on you, like, say, let's say for instance, a restraining order. I suppose you have a restraining order. Sometimes it affects other legal processes, like for instance, if you're getting divorced and you have children, having this restraining order actually affects the amount of parenting time that you will have. It actually affects the amount of child support that you may have to pay. It basically skews the balance against you. So you're the one most adversely affected. And just imagine if you never got the opportunity to respond, like, say the court cancels your hearing, and when the order is almost about to expire, the court contacts you asking, hey, do you still want to have a hearing? And they tell you, hey, if you say, hey, this is almost expired, and they say to you, hey, if you do not want to have a hearing, you need to come in and sign stating so. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I will never sign my rights away. And I recommend that you don't either. I mean, it's a shame that these things happen, and yeah, it's a real shame. But there are many cases when the courts are greedy, lawyers are greedy, and they will just not represent your interest and stuff. Yeah, they'll go the way of making money rather than go the way of representing your interests. So, now that I have gone through the topic of, I mean, I've taken this topic to the point where we're looking at authorities and people pretty much ignoring your rights, like when your rights are like unjustifiably taken away from you. Yeah, I've taken it to that point and stuff, and I don't know. Like, there are people who are gonna tell you, yes, you should always fight for your rights and stuff, but I have something to tell you, right? Sometimes they want you to fight for your rights because they make more money when you fight for your rights. I mean, if you're fighting against, if you're having a dispute with a large organization like a government organization, and they're abusing you and not recognizing your rights, you'll have a really hard time fighting against them. You can go completely bankrupt trying to clear your name, and this is what they want. To me, like, in my opinion, some organizations feed on people. They really do feed on people, and they abuse people, and they are banking on the mantra of always fight for your rights and stuff, so that you'll sit there and take the abuse and believe that somehow eventually somebody will hear your plight and you'll eventually be exonerated or something like that, right? Well, let me tell you something. It doesn't always happen that way. Most of the time, it doesn't happen that way. Most of the time, you end up bankrupt. So, my advice to you: if at any point you're in a place, and I'm talking about in a location where your rights are being infringed and you're seeing it happening constantly over and over, and no matter what you try, they keep on doing it incessantly, and it's like the more you struggle, the more you speak, and nobody listens. People laugh at you and just continue with the actions that completely deplete your finances and make you and put you in a very bad way. If you see it happens again and it keeps happening, hey, that should tell you something. That should tell you something. That, hey, no matter how much you try to fight, your fighting a losing battle, and it's actually pointless. My advice to you, if you're in a situation like this, pack your bags, sell all the stuff you own, and I mean, sometimes you might say, okay, I'm gonna move. I reckon if you have the resources to move everything on your own, or you have family to help you, then I suppose you can move. But if you're on your own and you kind of have to get it hired to move all your stuff, I recommend, rather than trying to move your stuff, that you sell it. Because I mean, understand that you're already in a bad situation, and sometimes you're trying to move, and while you're trying to move, there are people also trying to rob you. In fact, you were being robbed from the very beginning. It just makes trying to move just puts you more at risk. It puts you at risk of being robbed more yet. So rather than trying to move with all your stuff, you might as well sell it. At least you'll be able to keep some money rather than losing everything. That's the piece that I have to add. It can be scary and stuff, it can be life-changing, but yeah. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. And there may be people who might disagree, but it's funny, right? There are people who are gonna disagree, and people who might stop talking to you and give you the cold shoulder because of your decision. But at the same time, if they were experiencing something and you were to add your piece to tell them, hey, you should do this, or that, oh, you should not have done that, just watch the reaction they will give you. I mean, and I would agree with it to a certain extent, because I mean, everybody has the right to make their own decisions. But yes, there will be people who will give you the cold shoulder and basically stop talking to you because of the decision you made. Like, almost like, yes, I disagree with your decision, and now I'm going to stop talking to you. I'm going to punish you for your decision. It's like, yeah, your decision was not yours to make, it was theirs to make, and they have to approve of your decision. Yeah, and so here's what I have to say about that. If you have anybody who in your life who does not accept your decision, you might as well, your decisions when you make them, might as well get rid of them, because you don't need them. I mean, yeah, these people are simply trying to control your life. They're trying to look for another opportunity to control your life. Just, yeah. Basically, it's better if they're out of your life completely. So if they leave, say good riddance. I mean, your decision is your decision to make. Your mistakes are your mistakes to make, just like everybody else's. And if they cannot respect your choices and your decisions, you're better off without them. So, yes. So I feel like I've taken a little bit of a tangent on this topic, but yes, I think it's relevant to a certain extent because I mean, these are serious matters, these are serious life-changing issues, and yes, sometimes when it rains it pours. Sometimes, yeah, you get abused one place and then you end up losing all your friends as a result of the hard decisions that you had to make. And I mean, if that's the way it happens, then so be it. I mean, you cannot lose, you cannot win everything. You can never have everything. Things won't always go the way you would like them to. So just accept what you can and then live with the rest. I mean, everything you do, there will be consequences too, and you just have to accept it. Yeah, you just have to accept the consequences when they come. So yeah, if you lose friends, then you lose friends. You can make others in other places and stuff, because here's the secret: some probably weren't really friends. Yeah, some were. Yeah, I won't criticize people whom I don't know, because I mean, you have your own friends and stuff. The same thing may not apply, but I'm just giving you my opinion. Yeah, all I'm saying is do what you have to do. Yeah, sometimes in life there are hard decisions that you have to take, and if it wasn't worth it, it would be easy. Yeah, the things that aren't really worth it are usually the easy ones, those where you really get a benefit they're had. So yeah, don't just go for the easy road. The hard ones, the major challenges, that's where you live. And even, yeah, and even though I say this, understand that there's no guarantee of survival either. You may not make it. There is no guarantee of survival with anything. But you do what you have to do. You make the choices based on the principles that you live by, and let the chips fall where they may. So that's my little piece for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think I may have given you guys the wrong impression that I was going to stop earlier on. I was actually thinking about stopping just after I left the cemetery, but I realized that there was a small piece that I forgot to add, and so I extended it a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed the walk. I hope you enjoyed the view. I know there are people who like this kind of stuff, like seeing different communities, seeing different neighborhoods and stuff. And so I hope you're enjoying it and stuff. I hope you're also listening in, and yeah, if you think, well, I mean, I tend to keep my opinion and stuff because I strongly believe in what I believe in and stuff, but I also listen to what people have to say. Sometimes too much, I think, sometimes. But yeah, I listen to what people have to say sometimes because there's stuff that you could learn. There's stuff that you could learn by listening to people and stuff. It's like there's nobody that's a complete repository of information. You can learn quite a few things by listening in, by listening to different opinions and ideas. So it's good to pay attention to this kind of to that kind of thing sometimes. You can learn a lot. So that was my opinion on the right to due process. The right to defend yourself against accusations when they come. Let me know your opinion, share your ideas, and excuse me, if you've had an experience, maybe you can share it with the rest of us. It might be helpful for people to know that they're not the only ones going through this kind of thing, and that there are other people who have experienced it before, and yeah, your advice can be beneficial and stuff. So feel free. Yeah, I may need to start having live video and stuff to discuss this. I mean, I am not able to do it now. I am doing the walk thing. At some point, I will purchase some more equipment and stuff, because at this point most of my equipment got lost and stuff, and I may need to replace it all, because believe it or not, I am in the process of starting over, like from scratch, from the very bottom. So yeah, at this point my channel is not monetized. I'm hoping that it can come so at some point, but yeah, I mean, any support, like any shares, any likes, any comments, I welcome and appreciate them. Subscribing would also be nice as well. If you could share it with your friends and they all subscribe, Yeah, that would be a bonus and stuff. Means that when I'm able to switch on the monetize button, like apply for the partner program, it would mean that at least there might be something there that I might benefit from and stuff. Because I hope you guys are benefiting from my videos. I try to give you guys some benefit, like even if it's just the walks through the neighborhood where you get to see a different environment, or maybe you've seen this before and you get some nostalgia when you see it, or maybe you might be watching and you might be seeing your very own neighborhood, someone walking through your very own neighborhood here. I mean, all of these are possible, but I mean, these are places that I walk through and I try to share it. So I hope you guys are enjoying this video, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Okay, have a good one, folks. Till next time.